Hello, hi everyone. So the topic for today is digital organizing of your photographs, mostly on your phone, because that's where we spend 80% of our time. And I prepared this topic because that's something I have been working on for the past couple of days. Those are my projects for my clients. My name is Pavla, not to forget to introduce myself. My name is Pavla. I am the owner of Chic Organizer. It's my company where I help people organize their homes, their offices, their surroundings. Me and my team help with relocation and moving, and we unpack and organize your home. We also help you when you not just have moved because we're all quarantined and I can go to clients' homes at the moment. I have been working on their photos remotely, so that's fun. It gives me something to do. And I have learned a lot from the project. Although I've done these projects before, now I think it's a current topic that everybody can do it if you have more time on your hands. I know people are more busy now, but some people have more time. So whichever category you're in, let's talk about your digital photographs. What I found out recently is that our photographs, our digital photos, it's almost the same clutter as the clutter we have in our homes. So again, clutter is a lot of not decided items. It's just things that is laying around in your home. What is a digital clutter or clutter in your photos is the same thing. It's just a lot of photographs that are laying around and you have not decided just yet if you want to get rid of them, if you want to keep them, or what to do with them. Every time I should speak from my experience, but my phone is pretty organized. But let's speak from the time like 2 years ago. So every time I used to open my phone, I used to get very overwhelmed by the amount of photos because we just take photos of everything these days. I take photographs of a parking garage number and floor so I don't forget where I parked or a parking lot. On top of the important things, we take pictures of friends and family and vacations. We also take all these random snaps. Let me make sure I remember this. Let me make sure I want to show this to someone. Oh, this person looks like you in the magazine. So it's so easy for us to just take out our phone. Most likely our phones are in our hands, but it's so easy to take our phone out and just snap thousands of pictures in a second of anything we want. But then what do we do with them? Then they all sit in our camera roll, and if I'm looking for something important, it's not there. I mean, it is there, but if I'm looking for something like a photo with my friend, if I travel or something, and I have to scroll so many times to actually get to the photo I'm looking for. Yes, there are some pre-selected organizing systems on phones, iPhone and Android. I think they have years and moments, and some have facial recognition. And you can also go by the map. But I still feel like unless we do the organizing ourselves, it's not very effective. Why we should organize our photos is that it will save us a lot of time looking for a photo because not every time it's easy to find what we're looking for. And it's also save us a lot of energy because you open your phone and there's so many photos everywhere, you just get overwhelmed. If you have clutter around you, your visual cortex is very distracted and cannot focus on what you're trying to do. It's the same with your belongings in your house, and it's the same with your digital. Yeah, so it will save you time and energy. And we open our photos every day, most of us, and it's just nice to know where everything is, where to find it, how to get to what I need at the moment, especially when I'm in a conversation with someone and I want to show them a photo and I just can't find I'm just like, wait, I have to scroll. So that's why we should organize our photos. Let me tell you how to organize your photos. First step would be to sort and delete your photos right away. What we do is we take thousands, okay, tens of photos of the same thing, right? Different angle, different light, different shape, different shade, I mean. And then they just sit there. We have one photo, 20 of the same photo just there. So, and most likely what we do after is we look at it, okay, this, I look pretty here and I look pretty here. So what I would suggest is to instantly delete all the other ones. Unless you're doing a bigger project, you can keep, more of them. But if it's just like a basic thing, you can just delete, and so right away. You don't have to, it doesn't take you a long time. You just select and slide your finger. Okay, this one's bad, this one's blurry, da 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 da. And that's it. I think that's the first step to do, and it will simplify your life very much when it comes to photos. Just delete instantly. Do not be afraid of the delete button. Most of the phones have the function that they store your photos for 30 days before they completely, definitely bye-bye delete it. So if you ever change your mind and you lay in bed at night, think about if you have deleted the right photo, you can just go back and restore it from your trash can. Sort and delete right away. It won't take long. You can keep a couple of the ones you really like. Most of the other ones just delete, especially when you're taking multiple photos of the same thing. A big part of organizing your photos is creating albums. So, how to do that? When creating albums, you should start going by year. 2020 is coming up, so I just create one album that's 2020, and then I create sub albums that are by month. So yeah, January of 2020, February 2020. That way, it helps you keep on track of your photos and what do you want to do. Like, not every time you will remember that. Let's say, oh, I don't know if it was February, March, but looking back, you know it was 2017 or 2016. And that way, that helps you to go back. And if it was a winter photo, you kind of know you're going to go to winter months. If it was a summer vacation, you're going to go to summer months. So it is better than just to open your camera roll and have all the photos of all the years and all the events together. Speaking of events, that's another category to create. So we can go by year and a month, and then we can go by events. So we have birthdays, people have weddings, people have other holiday celebrations. So those are good to separate as well. And you name them: Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever floats your boat. But again, when you're going back, you can just search by the album and not have one big chunk of all the photos. That's by going by event. You can also go by place. By place, I mean if you're traveling, if you take a lot of vacations, you can go by that place. You just name your album, saying, okay, Florida 2020, or Europe 2019, Czech Republic 2019. So it's good to separate also by place. It falls under events as well, but I like to have under a place because it's geographically better, and you just name it. You usually name it by the place you go to. And if you travel a lot, it's easy to just find what you're looking for. Other categories you can create is go by person. I know iPhone offers facial recognition feature where it will save photos of your, let's say, your husband or your boyfriend or your kids, but not every time it's accurate. My phone tagged me 4 times because I wore different makeup and a different hairstyle, so I would not trust that very much. But you can separate your photos by person as well. You can do a family album. You can do, if you take a lot of photos, let's say you have multiple kids, you can separate them by each kid. If you are visiting your family once in a while, you can create albums for them as well. And then, one day if you're printing any sort of books or calendars, you know where to go. You know where to find your photos, especially when it's a family member. You can go by year and month. You can go by event. You can go by person and by place geographically from your travels. Another step or another advice would be to save your favorites. Again, not sure about Google, but iPhone offers you that little heart on your screen. So choose wisely. You can save your favorites, but again, those should be really favorites so you don't create clutter somewhere else. But yes, if you have photos that you really like, before you start deleting, you can, before or after you start deleting, it doesn't really matter, but you can use that little heart to save your favorites. Another suggestion would be to set a routine for you. Again, categorizing your photos does not happen overnight, especially if you have a lot of them in your camera roll. So like everything you do with organizing, just set a little timeline or a little routine for you. You can do it weekly, you can do it monthly, you can do it bi-weekly, whatever works for you. Just set aside a couple of minutes that you will dedicate to photos. I know we have a lot to do every day, but in order to keep this on track, you might want to put in your calendar, you might put a little reminder, okay, this is the time I'm going to spend 10 minutes with photos. Or you can categorize and organize when you're standing in line in the grocery store or when you're waiting somewhere for someone. Just those like little standby times where we would spend scrolling in places, you can just quickly organize your photos. I do that I got a little better with that. Um, that after each trip or after like a bigger occasion, I categorize my photos right away so I don't lose them. I also take photos of my clients' things, so I also have photos for that, which I have to have my phone organized, otherwise I would never find anything. Like I said, set the routine. What you should really do weekly is just delete. You don't have to, spend hours doing it. Just remember once a week, just delete photos that you don't need anymore or you took multiples of. And monthly, you can categorize. That would be the easiest, the simplest, less overwhelming way to do that. Just delete weekly and categorize monthly. And that's it. Depending on how many photos you take, once you set the routine, it's the same like with your house. You want to, if you organize your kitchen once a week, or if you clean out and organize your fridge once a month, whatever works for you. It's the same with your phone. I feel like for a long time the phone organizing or the phone photo organizing was not a big deal to me till I realized it's the same system that happens in my home. Like if my home is organized, I feel good. If my photos are organized, I feel good as well. So I suggest paying attention to your photos on your phone too. Don't forget to back up your phone. That's important. Otherwise you'll lose your photo on. For Android, you back up on Google Drive or Google Photos, excuse me, and for iPhone you back up on iCloud, which is good because you can, if you don't want to organize your photos on your phone, you can also organize your photos on your computer if you back up, unless you're doing the manual moving photos from your phone to your computer through a cable. I have not done it in a couple of years. I forgot how to do that. So you can also work on that from your laptop if you want to. Yeah, I think those are my tips. We spoke about organizing your photos. Yeah, saves you time, saves you energy, saves your brain from being overwhelmed. It's good to sort and delete regularly. Use the favorites button. That's good to do, and categorize by year, by month, by event, by family member, or by place. Whatever floats your boat. Somebody likes to organize more generally. Somebody likes to organize very, 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 very detailistically. Everything is fine. I do like to have a lot of micro albums because of the various things I do in life, like knitting inspiration. And one more thing that I just bought in my head is good to keep track of your screenshots, because that's a messy business. We screenshot a lot of things. I screenshot a lot of like, oh, look at this is fun, but I most likely don't need it anymore. So as you're deleting, make sure you tackle your screenshots as well. But you have the category of screenshots on your phone. You can tackle through that as well. That's it for me today. Thanks for being here. Again, my name is Pavla. I'm with Chic Organizer, and I will see you next Tuesday. If you have any suggestions on maybe what would you like to know about next week, let me know, and I will make sure to include that. Thanks for being here. I'm glad I didn't get my lipstick on my teeth, and I will see you soon. Bye.